Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today this is my review for season 1 of the new Amazon Prime series Hazbin Hotel. And I will be putting up pictures of images I find off the show throughout this entire video. And anyways, let's get straight into it. Episode 1. It's probably one of the best episodes if you're a newcomer and haven't even seen the pilot yet. It shares on what the main premise is of the show. Anyway, it shares on the same on what the premises of the show. About that it's demons versus angels, and angels come down to hell every year for an annual extermination. And that Lucifer Lucifer is the king of hell, and his wife left like 7 years ago, and his daughter is making a hotel that's literally called, the name of the show, Hazbin Hotel. Yeah, that's the beginning. And yeah. Now it's time for episode 2. My thoughts on episode 2. So episode 2 is basically about these two characters, Alistair, who's helping with the hotel, who's helping with the hotel. He's not really helping. He's just there for the entertainment, pretty much. And basically, the Alistair and this TV guy Vox get into a fight with each other, like a rapping, like not like a rapping fight, but like a song battle thing, which I really enjoyed. We get introduced to some new characters like Serpentius, his egg boys, Vox, Velvet, Valentino, and yeah, that's episode 2. And now let's move on to episode 3. Now, episode 3, Scrambled Eggs. It was a mediocre episode. It was just basically an episode where the Serpentius's eggs get taken away from him because he's too dangerous with them, and they were given to Alistair by Vaggie, and he takes them along on his outing to an Overlord's meeting. If you guys don't know what an Overlord is, they're above all the other centers. And we get to meet some new characters in there, like this character named Rosie. We already know Velvet's there. Camilla Carmine, who sells angelic weapons to sinners. And then we get a song. We get a song explaining from like Camilla Carmine killed an angel, where Adam, the leader of the Heaven Army, is angry about because they killed one of his men or women, I guess. And then Sir Princess gets his eggs back, so that's the end of that. Anyway, on to episode 4, Masquerade. Alright, now, episode 4 was probably one of my least favorite episodes. Basically, okay, so if you have had experience with SA, you probably shouldn't listen to this part or even watch this episode, because this episode has a lot to do with SA. If you don't know what SA is, it's sexual assault, and sexual assault is very bad. It's basically when two people love each other and like have loved each other and beats each other. And yeah, it's not good. Anyway, that episode has a lot of that. And then the other part of the episode is just Husk singing to Angel, saying, "Oh, you're a loser. Oh yeah, you're right. You're a loser. You're washed up hoe." And like Husk gets angry at Angel because of all the sexual stuff he says about Husk, and Angel gets upset because Husk calls him a fake and that he's putting on an act, stuff like that. Anyways, 5th episode, which hold on. Okay, so the next episode is Dad Beat Dad. And yeah, let's just get straight into that one. Okay, so this episode is called Dad Beat Dad. It's based, yes, and I said Dad Beat Dad, not Dead Beat Dad. Okay? Anyways, Charlie starts freaking out because about the angels, and she doesn't know what to do, so she tries to get in contact with heaven, but she can't, so she has to contact the only person she can. That is her father, Lucifer. And Lucifer, he's just a wacky go happy father. He's obsessed with ducks, and that's basically his only character trait. Anyways, he heads over to the hotel. A whole bunch of shit happens. They start talking about this. Lucifer meets Alistair, and Lucifer also meets his daughter's girlfriend. who is Vaggie, and who's this girl named Vaggie, and then Alistair and Lucifer start singing against each other. Alistair saying, "Oh, I'm the dad that you should have," and he's dead, and he's just a deadbeat dad. And Lucifer's like, "Oh, but I'm your blood, and I'm your real dad," and all that stuff. So, and then he starts mentioning that sinners are just the worst, and one even proves his point by coming out of nowhere and bringing a mob gang with her. And apparently the sinner's name is Mimsy, which I have never even seen this character. Keep in mind, guys, I went fully blind inside this. I have not seen anything about it. I have not read anything about it. I don't know anything about this. All I know is that the pilot came out on YouTube and it's now a Amazon series. That's all I know. Anyways, then he's like, "Okay, I can help you get over to heaven, but I can't help you when you're in heaven," because he's banished from heaven. So yeah. Next up is Welcome to Heaven. So let's just get straight into that one. Okay, now comes episode 6, where it is Welcome to Heaven. And it's where Charlie and Vaggie just head on straight into heaven and don't even bring their bags. That's right. They don't even bring their bags and stuff into heaven. They were packing and stuff to go to heaven, and they didn't even bring any bags. So, and once they get to heaven, St. Peter, the Golden Gate, not Golden Gate, like Pearly Gates guard or whatever, he has a whole list of people who were good in their life or did bad things, and Charlie was like, "Okay, that her name is Charlie Morningstar," and he tries to look for Charlie Morningstar in his list, but he can't find it. So she was like, "My dad got me this meeting, so maybe try Lucifer Morningstar." And St. Peter was like, "Oh, fuck." Not even joking. He actually said that. And then 2 seraphims came out of nowhere and said that they'll handle it. And they just gained access to heaven. That's it. They gained access to heaven. When they're walking through heaven, Adam, the first man, and Lude, his lieutenant, see Vaggie and Charlie just walking down the road. And they're like, we gotta put a stop to this. And then the head seraphim came out of nowhere and was like, "Oh yeah, Lucifer sent his misguided daughter here. I want you to stop. I want you to keep this from getting any worse." And Adam was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." Not even joking. That's literally what he says. And then Charlie leaves the dorm. I don't know if it's dorm room or a hotel or something, but she leaves the room and says, "Oh, I'm gonna go see a koala." So she goes and sees the koala, and then Adam out of nowhere just comes straight into the room and is like, "Oh, don't you remember? You were one of us. You were an exorcist, which is what they call the women who kill the demons." And then Adam's like, "If you don't help me, I will tell your little bitch that she's been fucking someone who has killed many of her people." And this obviously spooks Vaggie. And then once they go to the courthouse, and Charlie gets annoyed about Adam, and then she uses Angel Dust, who is a sinner and a resident of the hotel. And he's basically at the club with his friend Cherry Bomb and all his other friends. And then he's offered some drugs by Cherry Bomb. And it's kind of like a angel devil situation on his shoulders, where Husk is the angel telling him to do the right thing and not take the drugs, and Cherry Bomb is like the devil and is like, "Oh, you should do this because it'll make you cool," shit like that. Anyways, he takes the drugs, and then Charlie is proven wrong. And then he's like, "Okay." She's like, "Okay, if you're so smart, what do you think it takes to get into heaven?" And then he writes down 3 things on a list. Say, I forgot what the first one was, but the second one was be selfless. The last one was stick it to the man. And I think the first one was be responsible. I can't really remember. Anyway, he was being responsible by not letting Nifty steal anything. Then he was also selfless, and he stuck it to Valentino, who coincidentally was also at the club. So yeah, guys don't know, Valentino has like Angel on a leash, pretty much, and like owns his soul, and so does Husk, and Alistair owns Husk's soul. I forgot to mention that before. But yeah. And then then comes on a musical number, and they start singing how like, "Oh, if demons can't go up into heaven, then heaven means nothing," pretty much. And then Adam pretty much reveals to Charlie that her girlfriend is really a angel. Well, pretty much an abandoned angel. And she is shocked by this, and then they send Charlie and Vaggie home, and she was like, oh, she says that wasn't acceptable, Adam, and he apologized, and by the way, the two seraphims are Sarah and Emily. Emily is the nicer one. Sarah is the top, is like the very top. There's not specified if there's a god in this universe, so I'm still trying to figure that one out. Anyways, yeah. Charlie and Vaggie are back in hell. And then goes on to episode episode 7, pretty sure. I could be wrong though. Yeah, it is episode 7, so let's just head straight on over there. Alright, so here's episode 7. Episode 7 is basically where, so it starts out with all the other characters asking questions about Vaggie and her angelic parts, you know. And then Alistair goes to check on Charlie, and here's like one of the first times we ever hear Charlie swear. She calls him an asshole, and then they pretty much make a deal that he'll tell her what he knows that she doesn't about Carmilla killing the angel, and in return she has to do a favor for him. It's not specified. It hasn't been specified yet what the favor is, I don't think. But I think we're gonna learn about that in season 2. But until then, we're just gonna go on from there. And then Vaggie hears the whole deal thing, and it gets freaked out, checks on Charlie. Charlie's fine. Charlie goes over to Cannibal Town. Vaggie heads over to Carmilla, and over in Cannibal Town, Charlie slowly but successfully gets all the cannibals to join in on the fight. She did have a slight issue with this bitch who was a bit stubborn, but as soon as she did her whole musical number saying, "Oh, we could do this, we could win the fight," plus they can eat the angels that they slaughter, so that's a win-win. Even though they probably lost some cannibals on the way. At this point, it's like the next day until the extermination happens. And then also meanwhile, Vaggie is trying to get Carmilla Carmine to teach her how she even killed the angel to begin with. And then Carmilla was like, you have to think about who you're trying to protect. She was thinking about Charlie. She got her angelic wings back. And then they went back inside the hotel, and none of them retreated. None of the demons, not Serpentius, not Angel Dust, not Alistair, no one just left. They all stayed, was like, we're going to help you fight. And yeah, ends the episode from there. On to the final battle. Okay, now comes the finale. Okay? In this finale, starts off with everyone just drinking and stuff, having a good time until the battle starts. Okay? And then Adam and his and the angels are trying to go through a portal to hell. Meanwhile, everyone is ready for the fight. They have an all-out brawl. Serpentius dies inside of the whole fight. Adam tries to fight Alistair. He actually manages to break his microphone. He's like, shit, and then just retreats. And then and then comes Lucifer to help out Charlie, and Vaggie starts fighting Lude. Charlie starts fighting Adam. So does her dad start fighting Adam as well. And then Lude isn't dead, but she's massively injured. Adam is killed by Nifty, who is the tiny maid. Just stabs him right in the back multiple times. Anyway, that's pretty much how it ended. Adam's dead. Serpentius is dead. He tried helping out with his giant flying contraption thing. Adam took him down in one hit, so yeah. And Alistair, he got pretty injured, not gonna lie, by Adam. And then, but don't worry, he's still alive. And then they retreat. Lude tries to get Lilith to help, and it ends there. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please leave a big. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.